Suzanne Thurston and Max Thurston.
So, have you been to this mobile food pantry before?
I haven't. This is my first time.
It is. What has happened in your life that has brought you to this point?
The economy, my ex-husband, actually, who's just become my ex-husband,
I'm sorry,
was in construction, and with the economy and the problems in the area, he has pretty much lost his business, and both of businesses, we've lost our home, we have obviously lost our marriage, our family, and really just our spirit. So
yeah. And are you still working at all?
I work very part-time. I'm, full-time caregiver of him. He's a very busy life.
Yeah.
And just every day it's a struggle.
Yeah.
Right now, even where I'm living, I'm working in trade for rent.
That's what I was going to ask you, was how you're surviving.
I'm surviving by, working hours in trade for rent, and thank goodness I do have the company that I work for, and I've worked for 17 years, and he has an apartment, and it is an extreme struggle for him too, but he loves us and doesn't want us, see us homeless.
Right. How long have your struggles been going on?
3 years.
Yeah.
3 years. A little bit more. But what I would say directly to President Obama is, where is the relief? We weren't unable to keep our home. The process was so difficult with the bank. There was no way. The bank was uncooperative. We had to jump through many hoops, and the hoops were very unknowledgeable to the regular person.
And can I ask what bank you were dealing with?
Wells Fargo.
Huh?
I mean, they made it absolutely impossible for the process. And isn't that what President Obama was trying to do, was help people save their homes? And here we are, if it wasn't for a good friend / employer, I would be homeless. And my ex-husband, he darn well was pretty much homeless, and he has left the area to go home and live with family.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So,
did you know that today is the day that they're going to make the cuts to hunger and poverty programs?
no.
Yeah, there was a major phone call this morning with all the major religious leaders from the United States all together. They are going to be cutting huge when there are these big numbers of people that are unemployed for so long. Unemployed or underemployed.
That's really sad. I mean, the hoops you have to jump through in order to even get all the assistance, and you have to be on top of it. I'm on top of it, and I speak English. And it's an extremely difficult process for me. I'm very organized. I understand what I'm reading, but I do think as I'm reading the paperwork sent in order to, replenish your food stamps or reapply or medical assistance, it is so difficult to even understand these forms that I only can imagine how hard it would be for someone who is not fluent in English and is not organized.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately.
And then it can take 6 weeks per form to process.
Yes.
You're hungry, and it takes 6 weeks to get the food stamps.
Yes. I do have to say that every worker, anyone that I've ever had to deal with, are extremely nice, loving. I mean, it's a process that's extremely hard to swallow, embarrassing. I was middle class and not struggling to every day. I'm not even sure how I'm gonna live. But I just try to keep a smile on my face, and I try to keep a positive attitude, and I just believe that, you know, things will work out every day. But I mean, coming to these things, I mean, it was very hard and humbling to pull up, and you know, I've had to sell everything I own, pretty much. I've sold clothes, I've sold jewelry, and which is fine. Those are material things. I don't need those things, but that's how I've survived.
Right.
What can I sell in my closet? What next could be worth even $50, even $25?
Are you getting enough food during a month?
Yes, we are. We are. It's me and my son. So, and we have, you know, help from friends and
right.
family.
Right.
You know, I am, but I also I don't want to take more than what we need at the time. I'm good at trying to figure out where to go when it does run out.
Right.
But I don't, you know.
Right.
I'm not leaving here. I'm leaving here with what we need for the next few weeks.
Right. Right.
So, and have learned how to find all the different ways to get help. Also, it's been an extremely educational experience.
Yeah.
Experience.
It's hard to figure out where all it's going to come from.
It is. You know, there's a lot of things that I didn't know existed.
Right.
So.
Right.
He's had a sad. It's been really sad for him.
Yes.
But also, he's 9 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, he's happy.
You know, that's my job to worry about these things.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know everything, but it's really sad. The banks gave loans to people. I mean, I feel like I wouldn't have been in this mess a bit in this mess.
Yeah.
We weren't permitted to purchase a house that we couldn't afford.
Yeah. There you go.
And especially in this area. This area is very unique and it's very special. We lived in a bubble.
Yeah.
From the rest of the world, and that our bubble has burst.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems to be bursting more.
It's bursting more here.
It doesn't seem to be getting better. I see more businesses closed than I see open.
Yes, absolutely.
So this recession isn't over, and anybody who says it is dead wrong.
Yeah, no, it's not over. There are some cities that have. My family's from Pittsburgh, and that city has stood pretty firm. But
yeah, but resort areas, people don't understand. We have to work 3 jobs, you know, during regular seasons, and then we have off seasons to contend with.
Right.
When you've only got 5 months a year to work and get it all done for the year, and then those people don't come during those 5 months, it's a crisis.
Right, exactly. It is a crisis. And I did not reside in Aspen. I did not reside in Basalt.
Yeah.
I resided in Newcastle, and I drove to Aspen to work.
Wow.
So it's not.
How many miles does that remind me?
65.
65, so wow, 130 miles a day round trip for a job.
Yeah.
That now don't exist.
But, you know, I was able to move closer to Basalt, closer to the area in which I work, so that is one good thing. If I was having to travel all that way, I wouldn't be. Number one, I lost my car. I also lost my vehicle.
Oh, God. See, people don't understand what people who are under or unemployed have gone through. That relationships are at stake. That you lose your cars, you're selling your jewelry, everything that you have to survive. And so that's why it's important for people to hear your story.
Right.
I have one more question for you. It's a simple one. Do you know what 99ers are? No?
99ers?
Yeah.
No.